so yesterday we started our new unit, which is about linear relations. So yesterday we went over how to plot points on the xy coordinate, or what we call the Cartesian plane, and how to find these coordinates of different points. It's very important because we're going to need these points to find linear equations. So today we're going to talk about linear relations and slope. So how can we find an equation of a line, or what is the equation of a line made of? So first we're going to start with some terminology. A linear relation, when I say the word linear relation or the statement linear relation, what do I mean by it? It means it's the relationship between 2 points on a straight line. So basically, when you have a straight line, you don't need to draw that. You have a straight line. If you take 2 points on that line, can you describe the relationship between these 2 points? We can by writing an equation, and we call that the linear relation. Okay? So 2 points on the line, we describe how you can get from one point to the other point, basically. So you're gonna hear the word slope too many times. You need to know what slope means. Does anyone know what the word slope means, or what it represents? It can be increasing or decreasing. But
Is it rise over run?
it is. It means it represents the steepness of your line. Okay? When you're going up a hill, right? You say this hill is steep, right? Or not too steep, or whatever, right? So you're describing the steepness. You're describing the slope of your hill. So it measures the steepness.
The shape of something?
Kind of. It's more like, is it steep, right? Or how steep it is. It gives you a value of how steep is the line. Okay? Did I spell steepness right? Yeah. Of a straight line. So it measures the rate of change of one point with respect to the other point. So all of these words, they do mean slope. Okay? So when the question is saying find the rate of change, or the question is saying find the slope or find the steepness, they all mean the same thing. Okay? So these 3 words, they represent the same thing. So you're going to ask yourself, for every unit change in x, how much does y change? And then this is all going to come together in a formula. Okay? This is just the explanation. When I say the word rise, what does that mean? Going up, right? When you're rising, you're going up, right? So the word rise means the vertical. Vertical means up. So it's the vertical distance between 2 points on a straight line. Okay? So if you're thinking about, if you look at this, I have these 2 points right here, right? How much did I have to go up from this point to reach to this point. So this is your vertical distance. So that means this is your rise. Okay? So you went up basically from this point, which is at 2, all the way to 4. So that's a rise of 2. Then we have the run. Run means the horizontal distance between the 2 points on a straight line. So in that case, you're going horizontally from that point to that point, and that would be your run. Okay? So you're going to take the 2 points, you're going to form kind of a right triangle, and then that would give you your rise and your run so you can find your slope. So in this case right here, look at me guys. So in this case, if I do a right triangle here, right? This is going to represent my rise, and this is going to represent my run. Are you guys okay with this?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Now, every time we need to find the slope of a line, we don't write the word slope altogether. We write the letter m. Okay? So they're going to use the variable m to represent slope. To calculate the slope, you're going to use the formula. So m is equal to rise over run. Okay? So you're going to count your rise, how much you go up by, divided by how much you run by, you go over by, and that's going to give you the slope of your line. Okay? So let's look at an example. So you have the 2 points here, so 0.04 and 0.35. I'm going to draw a right triangle. It doesn't matter which way you draw it, if you draw it this way or you draw it that way, it doesn't matter. Okay? So I'm going to draw it this way. So how much did you rise by?
1.
You rose by 1. And how much did you run by?
4.
So 1, 2, 3, right? So your run is 3. So that means your slope is 1 over 3. Okay? Because your rise is 1 and your run is 3. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, let's do the same thing about for the second exam. So draw the triangle. And tell me what's going on here.
Run is 2, the rise is 2, and run is 4.
The rise is 2 and the run is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's your run. And then the rise is 2. Is it actually going up 2 or going down 2? We always move from the left to the right. So you're always looking at your direction this way. Is the line going down or is the line going up? It's going down. So your run is negative 2. That means you're going down 2. So you always look from left to right. And you're looking at your line. Is it decreasing or is it increasing? Okay? If it's decreasing, that means your rise is negative 2. You're going downhill. Right? So your slope for this one is going to be what? What's your slope? And then can I simplify negative 2 over 4?
Yes.
What can I divide both of them by?
2.
2. So that gives me negative 1 over 2.
So this one, the 0 doesn't count like the other one?
What do you mean by the 0?
You know how you guys counted 4?
I go from the tip of my line to the end of my line, and I count how many. Okay? So in this case, my line is from here to here, right? So if I start from here, 1, 2, 3.
And what did you guys do then? You divided it?
So if I divide both terms by 2, because I can divide both the numerator and the denominator by 2,
Okay.
right? That reduced to 1/2. Right? Because 2 divided by 2 gives me 1, 4 divided by 2 gives me 2. Now, question. The slope for the first one was 1/3. The slope for the second one is negative 1/2. Why one of them is positive while the other one is negative? What's the difference between your line?
The ways, one is going up and one is going down.
So which one is going up? The one that has positive slope or negative slope?
This one.
Negative.
The one that's going up is the one that has a
Yeah.
positive slope, right? And the one that's going down has a
Negative.
negative slope. So this is very important. This is how I know if my line is increasing or my line is decreasing depending on the slope. Okay? So a positive slope, if you follow the line from left to right, the line goes up. Or the rise goes up, if you want. Let me just put it as the rise. So that means you're going to have a line that looks like this. Now, if you have a negative slope, again, following the line from left to right, the rise goes down. So it's going to look like this. So it's going to be decreasing. So I want you to start working on that worksheet, do at least 3 of the questions, and then we'll move on to the next lesson.